One of the requirements for your Lucidpress IM collage is to have a working button, and also you need to insert a video. So I'm going to show you those right now. If you don't already have a file for your IM collage, go back to your documents, click on New, and choose Blank Document. I've already done that, and I've been playing around with some of the tools to refresh my memory about how some of these things work. To get your button, go down here to the three little dots where it says More, and the first option you'll have there is buttons, and you'll see below that is also videos, but we're going to focus on buttons. You can check different shapes and designs and find the one you want. Think about something you want to link to. So if you wanted to link to your Google Sites portfolio, you might want to choose this little house or a little link. Maybe you want to link to your YouTube page or Twitter if you have something like that. I do have an additional video on how to link to things that are blocked by our school filter. So if you wanted to go to your Instagram and so on, you could still do that, but you would have to make sure that you follow those instructions. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a YouTube. You can see I've already done that, but I'm going to add a different one. I'm going to make this one square. And then you can click on it or you can drag it over, put it wherever you want. Now, it's very small, but keep in mind this is the size of a standard sheet of paper, 8.5 inches across, 11 inches tall. So it's really not as small as it looks. And then once you have your button, you get a different area over on the right side of the screen here in the context pane. First option you have there is under buttons. You can add a URL, email, link to a particular page or publication. You can change the colors if you wanted to. So if I want my YouTube link to match other stuff on my page, so you can see I've got a lot of blue there. Maybe I want to change that to blue and give it a shadow, change the opacity if you want to. I wanted to put this over here, but I still want to be able to see the background. So you can do all kinds of stuff with that. Just make sure it's still visible. You can change the text. There's no text there, or mess around with the layout. There's really nothing to do with that. So buttons really where you want to stay for that particular thing. But I need a URL. So I'm going to go to my YouTube here because that's what I'm linking to. And I'm going to go to my channel. And I'm going to copy that address and switch back to Lucidpress. Again, make sure this is selected, paste my link, and there we go. Now, I know that I added a link, but I'm not sure if it actually worked. You can see there's a way to do that, to check it. It's Shift, Control, and click. Or you can simply go up here to this is your preview button. And if you click on that, give it a couple seconds to load. That will show you what it will look like to someone who's looking at it who isn't you. And now if I click on that, sure enough, it takes me to my YouTube channel, and I'm all set. The other thing that you need to add, and I'm going to go back to Editor by clicking up here. The other thing that you need to add is a video, and not a link to a video, but the actual video. You will also find this under More, and you can either scroll down or you can collapse the buttons here, and then you'll see it. And you can have a video from YouTube, Vimeo, Brightcove, which I've never heard of before right now, or Facebook. Probably easiest to just go to YouTube, and it'll automatically add a Lucidpress video. Do not use that video. Rather, find a video that you find inspirational, or it's maybe your favorite highlights or something like that. Has to be something that isn't blocked by our filter. So just keep that in mind. And of course, it should be school appropriate. So certain music videos might not be the best choice. I'm just going to grab, my Pixlr E video here. Very inspirational video. And I'm going to copy the address. You can also use the share option. And I go back here, make sure that the video is selected, and select, delete, paste. And just like with the button, you can add a shadow to it. You can play around with some different features there if you want to. Decide if you want it to auto play. Play around with the layout if there's anything that you can find in there that might be useful to you, but mostly just the video tab. And again, to make sure it works, click the preview button, wait a few seconds, and when you click on the play button, it'll play right there in your publication. Something you might want to do for your YouTube video is actually make this a little bit larger. As always, resize from the corners so that you don't end up with a wacky proportion ratio. And that is how you add a button and a working video.